Hey guys, I know we've been through a lot, and jokes are jokes. I know everybody knows what my truck looks like, so it's not like I can hide where I live. But this has gone too far. The jokes, they've got to stop. Seriously, I want to know who did this. Who put this in my garage? You guys think you're funny? Ha ha ha, you got me. All right, it was me. Tons have came out and challenged me to actually try a kayak before bashing on them. That simply by looking at them, I couldn't tell that they were pieces of junk. So, well, I'm gonna take you guys up on that and try this. I got a brand new one from our friends down there at Southwest Kayaks in Lake Havasu, who allowed me to demo this. I had to make a dolly though, because I didn't have any way to transport that thing around. This thing will actually work on small john boats too. It's pretty sweet. So there's a good part of the video dedicated to just showing you how to build the dolly, but then we obviously use it to load down this massive truck of mine, get it on the water, and I'm about to find out what kayak fishing is all about. So stay tuned, and I'll give you my final review on how it does versus the John Yak. We're also doing the budget build though, by the way. It's just going to air at the beginning of the new year. The new year is when we're going to really push that whole series. But if you're a patron or a channel member, you can see it right now. All right guys, pay no attention to my washer and dryer sound back there. It is what it is. So this is like straight up brand new, and we're gonna figure out it's a Riot kayak. Apparently it's the affordable shift, because when I was there, I was complaining about how it's overpriced plastic. He's like, well, this thing is definitely worth every last bit of money that it is, and it's very stable. It's very useful. It's a pedal kayak. I mean, if I catch fish on it, I'm probably gonna have a biased opinion. Like if it does land some fish that I normally can't get on my boat, that's his whole thing. He was like, well, the kayak sneaks up on the fish and they don't know you're there and blah, blah. So let's see. We just ever so slightly go through here. We will not cut nothing. I'm not sure how it's made or if it's rolled and molded, but it comes highly recommended by not only our friend Justin and Ben. Seems pretty simple to install. There's the pedal drive, and then there's the seats, and then there's the fin, and there's the scupper plugs. Right. So I'm pretty sure these pop down like so. This slides right in there like so, and then just tensions. And then this end back here has a screw, which screws into this joint here to tension that against the rail. So to slide this or adjust this, you would just loosen or tighten these as needed. And these straps you just pull snug. The seat has pretty much about a 7-inch, about 6 or 7 inch adjustable variation. I mean, that's pretty big deal. You can stick it all the way forward, get some pretty good uses out of that. All the way back. I mean, when you stick it a little bit farther back, you're starting to get back into the cargo area where we're gonna make something to hold all our rods, because clearly that's not enough storage for me. What am I supposed to do with this? It's like serious problems here. We're gonna figure something out. It has rails here. So clearly there's add-ons that you can mount. You can like mount stuff. What's that? Is that a drain plug? Why is the drain plug on the top? What does that do? I have so many questions. What's that? That's a big giant hole. Where are the lids? Maybe it's in here. The bigger concern for me is the steering column, which has the exact same setup that the seats did in the back. It means it's supposed to go here somewhere. Although, pretty darn good sliding, right? Get in there, adjust yourself, clamp it all down, go to town, go to fish. All right. Actually, I just took it off there, and you can just slide it right in there, and slide it right down here. You can just slide these. They're off the same little bracket mount here. So we're gonna go put this, I don't know where. Got little tracks here to install right on there.
Alright, I'll spare the details, but essentially I just play flippy floppy. I mean, the track's still right in here. I mean, this feels the most comfortable sitting in the kayak right now. No, it's actually not too bad. I mean, it's actually kind of comfy. I just think chilling here. I mean, you could fall asleep in this. Left, right. A bigger problem with self-launching this thing is we need some like landing wheels, some dollies. So we can either run them into the scupper plugs, which I'm not thinking is a great idea. I'm thinking maybe the rear scupper plug. We do something that does that and then comes out and cradles the yak. I bought this solid steel rod as an axle. It's just cold rolled steel. Maybe we'll paint it because obviously it's cold rolled and it will rust. But all right, I have these. These are the bigger wheels at Harbor Freight. They have the smaller ones, and I thought about just getting the smaller ones. Then I thought about not getting the smaller ones and just getting these because they're huge. And all the wheels I see that dolly in yaks are mega huge. They're this weird, huge, monstrous, like monster tire, like dolly. I want to have those. None of this is waterproof or water rated, by the way, but it'll work in and out of a. This is all it's gonna do. So that goes in. Take a 32 to be safe.
I don't know how much kayak dollies cost, but I was not going to buy one. Not when all they're going to do is wheel me 3,200 feet down the ramp. Like, I can just make something out of scrap wood, like so. It's 5 pieces, and 5 pieces that really work well. As long as you have the triangles to leverage inside right there and you have some sturdy deck screws, it holds pretty good. We also stuck Gorilla Glue in between the joints where those triangles are. That actually helped a lot. Took an auger bit and made the holes for the steel rod that is going to be the axle. We have it running a foot up. It's actually a pretty tall dolly, which is okay because my truck is really tall, maybe even taller than the stock dollies I could have bought at the store. So I don't particularly care. Once we get the rod in, which took a little bit of forcing, eventually made it in there. And here come the Harbor Freight wheels. We will later be drilling into that steel rod 2 places to put little pins that we also got from Harbor Freight. You can pretty much get anything from there. I love that store. Now we're going to run the bunk boards. And it seems like right underneath the scupper holes is the best place to run these boards without messing up the bottom of the kayak. Now we're going to paint that thing with oil-based enamel. I just have the littlest bit left in my garage. Thank heaven. So we're going to give this thing a few coats. This wood has been out in back of my yard for like 2 years, so it's all splintered and, done up and got all kinds of holes. So it just eats and bleeds these paint. Like, it sucks it in. So I had to give it like 3 coats, but eventually that's fine. The more coats it sucks in, the better preservation you actually have.
All right, so it's dry. It's right where we need it to be, where we're gonna add some EVA foam to the top to give a protective layer when the kayak is on top of this itself. And then we are also going to add this. This is a strip. It's pretty much a boat buckle, but a much better looking one. We actually have these in the link in the description below if you want to buy these, but all you need is one.
I had that spare boat ratchet strap laying around, but you can use essentially any strap. I just attached them how I was going to attach them. That's how they're going to go. They're going to wrap right around the kayak. For the bump boards, we're using EVA foam. I got the cheapest, crappiest EVA foam boat flooring from Amazon, and I just had it laying around my garage, and I thought, hey, what a perfect project for it. So we stuck it on both bunk boards and right in the middle to protect the yak when it's on there, and it'll also help it from spreading. And here is the axle where we drill holes and then use Carter pins that we also got from Harbor Freight to keep the wheel on track. And then we just trim the excess axle off with either a grinder or a bandsaw. And there it was. 7 pieces of scrap wood and some crap I had laying around in my garage to make the ultimate little dolly for any kayak.
So here's this.
The rudder is pretty easy. It's already pre-rigged with the cables to pull it up and down. It's just 3 screws. One down in to secure it, and then the other 2 to secure it to the cables that turn it left and right. I would say so far that the kayak is fairly dumbing proof. It gives you a lot of clues just to lead you with the installation without even having to look at the manual. Pretty simple setup.
All right, that was like easy. You pull one cord. This is the get it out of the way cords, the stow. But pretty good. There was a lid. I stand corrected. There's just rubber is. Okay, a little different. Pressure fit cap. Right, now that it's all fully rigged, we will be taking it out. All right, here it is. I got meager tackle. I got 3 rods, which honestly I probably should only carry 2, but I think 3. Those 3, if I can't catch nothing, it's just no point to go fish anyways. Here, you gotta forget these. Hook them right here. I'll hook that. I'll do it later.
Non-motorized watercraft launch. I'm so happy. I've never fished here, like ever. I've lived here for the better part of a decade. Never ever set foot in here. The one time I came out here is by accident. I crossed a buoy. Because who gets close enough to a buoy to read it? I mean, the buoy's just like, stay away. So we went in there and like fished. And we thought it was just like a no wake buoy, but it was actually no motorized watercraft buoy. And some like kayak Karen came and ripped us a new one. It was kind of funny. Didn't shave, didn't do nothing, just came straight out here to fish. Moment of truth. Oh, yeah, right through it. Yeah, look at that. Plan here is to... Okay, I don't really have a plan. Yeah, I definitely needed an egg crate or whatever the heck that was, but we're gonna rack it like this. Later, though, I have an awesome idea for an egg crate design that would probably dominate that entire back region, plus possibly make this motorized, all kinds of crap, but not today. Today we see it in its rawest form and we appreciate it. Go. They're starting to do it. Now we can detach the back thing. Back shoe, I need you. I need you in my life, shoe. All right, pretty successful. Foot feels like it's gonna fall off. Whatever, I'm gonna go put this in the back of my truck and then hop my way back on this thing and figure how we're gonna launch. You see that rock there? I could have totally just stepped on that rock and launched this without taking off my shoe. Now I'm a little upset. Dude, the foot is frozen. It is numb. It is numb with frozenness. Oh! Okay, sketch. Sit down. Push off. Let's go. Now my hand's cold. That was bound to happen anyways, whatever. Oh, it's kind of stressful. Oh. All right. All right. So far, this is not going great. Didn't really get a good send off here. I'm gonna fall off this thing. Okay. Totally should be steering. Oh, I gotta deploy the stupid rudder. Deploy rudder. Which one is it? Deploy this thing. This one. Nope, that's to pull it up. Where's the rudder thing? Where is it? Go.
Here, we're gonna have to like shallow run this thing. Like all bootleg like. Yeah, turn this thing so we can go this way. No, we're going the wrong way. All right. Okay, this is ridiculous. Oh, that thing kind of moves pretty quick though. For not having any tension on it. My foot is so cold. Okay, shoe, just be up there, shoe. Just stay there and don't fall off. I don't know why I did this. That was a lot of just to launch. I mean, clearly if I was more prepared, I would have had it better. Okay, let's go. Let's see what you got. Oh, look, there's water everywhere. Okay, pretty cool. Okay. Takes some getting used to go straight. Man, water's just flowing in there, huh? Yep, definitely gonna pull one of these scupper plugs. Oh, whoa! Maybe I'm too heavy for this kayak. I think I need a 14 footer. I think I'm fat. Okay, these shoes, they gotta come off. They're totally gonna get soaked. I see no other way around it. Here's no shoes in 40-degree water. Oh, what the freak did I get myself into? Seriously, I'm kind of afraid for my life right here. Let's just hope nothing happens. Let's stick the phone back here, somewhere safe. Whoa. Right. Aside from it just being really cold, this is pretty rad. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna drift off. Okay, now I got it. Going for it, guys. I'm yakking. Dude, that water is so cold. Dude, you need waders. I knew I needed waders. Should have went to Walmart. I mean, I don't know if they even sell them here, but should have done something. The weight of this A-rig just pulled the entire kayak. Like I got. Oh, I just ran the line. How terrible. This thing reverse? Let's go reverse. Oh. Okay, reverse is quite nice. All right, let's go forward. Oh, sweet, I'm trolling this. I mean, heck yeah, as far as trolling's going, this is working out. No, the A-rig is so hard. I can't stay straight. To save my life. Dude, I wonder how landing a fish is gonna be like on this. I kind of hope I don't catch a fish. Dude, I can't go straight. I think just a 14 footer I would have been okay. This is just seems I'm just a little too heavy for this thing. As evidenced by the water splashing over. Need a little bit wider and a little bit taller, and then I would have been all right. You know, obviously needed an A crate. Okay, so trolling is a real. Okay, trolling is not gonna work. Not for the A-rig. The A-rig is just pulling the kayak ridiculously. Oh yeah, the kayak moves much better without the A-rig in the water. We're using the A-rig because the other day when I was using it, that's the only thing that caught me some bass. Through everything else under the sun. We can and will throw the swim bait here soon in the shallower water and possibly the chatterbait. But for sure. All right. Oh, I got a fish. I don't know what to do with this rod. That's the problem. All right. Super unprepared for this moment. All right, I'm prepared. Okay, catches fish, confirmed. I take back 12% about what I said. maybe this should go in here. Maybe that's what this is for. I can't really think of anything real useful for that other than just it being a placeholder for when you catch a fish. All right. Come here, fish. Just barely clipped you at the end. I just barely got this. There it is, the fish. Fish, fish. Hello, fish. Well, thanks. It wasn't already freaking cold enough. He's like, whatever, dick, you just hooked me in the mouth. All right, I got this trolling thing down. Got the rudder just right. Oh, got a fish. No lie. It's a toad. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I got one. Oh, it's a freaking launch donkey. Is this getting it? This is getting it. Oh, look at you. Haha. Okay, all right. I take back everything I said about this yak. I knew it was that's a big fish. I got one over, that's at least 5. Or just like 4.9 or 4.8. Looking at it, it's definitely, yeah, we're gonna say it's 5. I didn't bring a weight, it's just big. It's almost 3 times as big as the first one we caught. Oh. All right. Time to let you go, because we're about to drift into the shore. Sweet. All right, dude, you ready to go? You look like you're ready to go. Off you go. Woo. Okay, back pedal, back pedal. All right, just leave that thing there. I'm done fishing. I gotta go. I have to pee. The true story. You know, for somebody with just an apartment or a small house and maybe you're just starting out in life, young and ambitious but not yet established, dude, you got to get on the water, get some self-care. This kayak is money for sure. Obviously, once you're established and old like me, you get a boat. You know, I went out just for an hour and caught 2 fairly good fish that sometimes I'll go troll the entire lake in a boat and waste a bunch of gas and resources to get. So really no resources wasted here, just some cold feet. But that really ain't no big deal. That fish pulled the whole kayak sideways. It went boom, and then it just immediately jerked. I thought I caught a rock. And then obviously it started to shake, so I was a little excited. But dude, that whole thing just pulled the yak. So not a whole lot of leverage when it comes to weight. Man, heaven forbid I caught a 30-pound striper. I'd have dragged me back out in the middle of the lake, and I would have nothing I could do about it. You ain't gonna be able to fight that thing, not even with the pedals. Unfortunate that I still have all 3 of my poles, despite having no tethers or no real usable storage space. There's a million ideas I could think to make this thing way more efficient, store way more crap in it. At least it would be more secure and enjoyable that way. I mean, we're just gonna have to deal with this. I did not do the standing test because I was too scared. But I'll do a standing test. Since if I fall in right now, it's not terrible. We're gonna get real close. And then I'm gonna stand up in it. Oh gosh. All right, standing. Oh, yeah, I guess you can stand in this. It's not too bad. Let me see. Let me make a cast real quick. No, my sock. My sock. No. I need that. Okay, it's stable. Whoosh. Yeah, as long as you don't get lazy and complacent and try and stand on one leg, like I just tried to. If you're very conscientious about where you're standing and it's just for a very short period of time, it's better than I thought. Still not great. But like I said, because it doesn't weigh hardly anything, I could pick this whole yak up and dry weight and cart it over my shoulder if I wanted to. So let's get out. It's funny. My feet are used to the cold water. This is not even cold anymore. Oh, my short. Okay, that was a fail. That was not supposed to happen. Okay, whatever. Okay. Come on, kayak, don't run away. All good. All right, we're back. We made it back. We didn't fall in. We didn't lose any rods or any tackle. We just, nerves are maybe shaking, some awkwardness from not knowing what to do. But eventually, with a learning curve, I figured it out and was able to get some fish. If you're on Havasu right now, use an A-rig. My feet are freaking cold. All right, this thing worked as advertised. That was sweet. I love when a plan goes full swing. What do you guys think? On the first try. And this thing, did pretty sweet. I mean, it is definitely worth whatever money it is. It's like way less than half of what it would cost to get an equivalent Hobie or one of those higher end ones. I mean, plastic is plastic. I mean, really for what this does, it does go pretty fast on the pedal. If you get used to it, you can get pretty savvy at it. Wasn't a big fan of the water splashing in there, but that's because I was really unequipped with waders. If I had waders and the right shoes, I wouldn't care if water got in there. It's not like it touches your butt. Like you're way out of the actual kayak when we're talking about like the seat rest. Standing in, if you have really good balance and you're lighter, I'm heavy. I'm like 245, 250 on a heavy day. So, you know, I need to lose some weight. Otherwise, I probably would even enjoy this a little bit more. But you could tell I probably need a 14-foot kayak, as me specifically. It's not really if you're 185 to 200 pounds or just over 200 pounds, you probably would love this yak. Pretty darn good. It's got rail attachments. I felt like it was missing some handles, but that's what the ropes are for, so you could just grab them. I guess I need to get a little bit used to that, but that's definitely, it's just got handles all over the place. But I mean, some legit kayak handles that because I could just honestly grab this thing. Well, it does have handles. I just felt like at crucial spots, like right toward the very, very back. Well, I guess there is a handle in the back. I don't know what I'm talking about.
My review on the Riot Mako 12, totally worth the money. Absolutely. That's worth like the $1,800. That thing will put you on the water immediately. No gas, no licenses, not a whole lot of resource intensive stuff going into just getting there on the water. All you got to do is just have your wits about you and have your balance and get over the learning curve, which, you know, that's awkward at the beginning, but as long as you have a fully functional brain, you'll push right through it. It's not a Hobie, but it is a rotomolded hull with a 5-year warranty. I mean, I don't know what else you would really want out of something like that. Totally worth the money. A 5-year hull warranty? Really? It's plastic and they give you a 5-year hull? That's impressive in and of itself. I could think of a million mods that I could do that would make that thing much more fishable and pleasant to be on. But, you know, Justin's down for it. So if you guys want it, then we're totally good with doing it. You just got to let us know. And I know somewhere out there, someone's wondering, Mike, how does that 12-foot kayak compare to this 12-foot John boat you just built? Well, I would ask you, how do you think it compared? Look at me. Do I look uncomfortable on this thing? I'm walking all over this deck, up and down. I have a pretty big fish on here. I'm not worried at all. I never once worried that I was going to die in this boat. Not once. The highest end kayak or even the highest end plastic boat, whatever you guys have out there, in no way compares to what this thing can do. This thing can store 14 rods. I could have pushed it to 16 if I really wanted to try. It'll store over 30 tackle trays. It has 2 separate day boxes. It's got its own battery compartment, fully electronics. You know, it's got 3 bilge pumps. It's unsinkable. I stuck so much foam in it. In a kayak, you have to give things up. You have to sacrifice things for portability and ease. You don't have to give up crap in this boat. That's why I made it, because they bridge the gap between everything. And for all those people who said, Mike, if you think this John boat beats kayaks, it in no way kills kayak. You don't know kayaks. You don't know kayak fishing. They pretty much said I was delusional for thinking that this boat can in any way compare to kayaks. Well, okay, fine. I might not be an avid kayak angler, but I did go today, and I did put in the time to figure it out. And I will tell you, yeah, it's a little bit better. These are a little bit better than I thought they were, okay? I'll give it to you. There, I said it. But you're suffer from gross delusion if you think that this thing, or even anything, Hobie, Native Watercraft Titan, the Feel Free Dorado, any of those big super kayaks, in any way compared to this thing. This thing absolutely kicks the tar out of anything you will ever put out in a plastic boat. You guys simply do not have the direction. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what happened to your engineers, how you kind of just fell off the planet and you stopped innovating. You guys are stagnant. But I digress from that rant because I've already made my case and my argument over a series of very well documented videos, so you can check those out. But back to this kayak, I really do like it. I would spend money on this kayak even after building the John Yak. I think what the John Yak does is really good, but it suffers from a lot of things that the super kayaks suffer in terms of bulkiness, things we talked about. And also, it cannot get into the Mesquite Bay. It cannot get into motorized kayaks. The hull sucks. You can go like a whopping 1.5 miles an hour with the paddle. So unless I figure out a way to really sneak a motor in there to get past the kayak Karens in Mesquite Bay, I just don't really see a way to use this thing in anywhere else that you could just use a boat. For that, I've just probably just use my regular boat because it's better. There are places though that I plan to take this. I really built this for out-of-state trips and out-of-region trips. There are places in Arizona where this boat will thrive, but man, that kayak was a kind of life changer. Go and fish an hour, catch 2 fish. If I would have actually put some time in, it wouldn't have been such a scaredy cat down there in the Mesquite Bay. I probably would have actually caught maybe more, but it just was a very uneasy feeling. That will go away. I could see myself sticking this thing in the back of my truck and then just casually strolling to the side somewhere and be like, you know what, I'm gonna go fishing. And then go out there and fish for an hour. I like to see how it does out in the waves and in the wind and high traffic. But then again, I also don't want to, because I follow a lot of prominent YouTube fishermen that use kayaks that are like, that's what they do. And they get owned by waves and traffic. So I don't know what happened to me. I don't know. I don't know if I'm built for kayaks, but I did have fun and I totally would use it and I would recommend this thing. This is my honest review, guys. Thank you very much for taking the time to view. Let me know your comments and what you would like to see next. Tight lines, everyone. Peace.